Ciao, everybody, and welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone channel. Today we have a special edition of Coach's Corner hosted by yours truly, Julian Giannotti. Make sure you hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, and make sure you click the bell icon to stay notified with all of our latest content. Today's special edition of Coach's Corner is brought to you by our soon-to-be Serbian sniper, Dusan Vlahovic, as Juventus is on the cusp of signing the leading goal scorer in Serie A for 75 million euros from Fiorentina. And before we get into the eye test stuff, the analytics stuff, and all that noise, let's break the deal down a bit more and how it's all transpired, especially. So, at the beginning of the month, Ale, Andro, one of the other hosts, and we were discussing who's going to come, who's not going to come, blah, 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 all that stuff in terms of the transfer market. And we almost came to the conclusion that nothing was going to happen, and or best case scenario, a striker like as Sardar Azmoun or Anthony Martial were going to come in to be the backup or a fill-in striker. Fast forward to, what was Monday, January 24th, at the time of recording 2 days ago. And when we were doing our live show, all hell broke loose. Romeo Agresti's tweeting, Fabiano Della Valle's tweeting, Nico Schirra's tweeting. They're all tweeting the same thing, and that's Juventus is going to put an offer in for Dusan Vlahovic, and that they will be pretty much successful in doing so and signing the player. It was due to the player's will, mostly. Another reason why is because Fiorentina's upper management are lunatics, and their asset management of their most prized asset was very poor. They were talking too early. They blamed the players since August, how he didn't want to go, and now you're in a situation where Rocco Commisso is now selling his next most prized asset back to Juventus, and it's Dusan Vlahovic, and it's not only a player that's very like everyone. It's a worldwide name. He's the leading goal scorer of the league. He's 21 years old. He's turning 22 in 2 days at the time of recording. His birthday's the 28th of January, so he'll be 22. And this guy is on an astronomical rise in terms of the footballing scale. And again, I'll show you graphs, I'll show you stats, I'll show you analytics, I'll show you pictures on the field. We'll get into all that. But kudos to Juventus management. Kudos to them for smelling blood in the water and identifying that this is our chance to make amends for the first half of the season. Because we're stuck. We're not in a good spot right now. Our current number 9, Alvaro Morata, is currently on 5 league goals. And that's not going to get you anywhere in Serie A, to be honest with you. Especially when you see Dusan Vlahovic on 17. The difference is immense, and I'm sure guys like Dybala, guys like Locatelli, maybe even De Ligt are going to see this and say, okay, let's get this season back on the rails here, and let's go get 4th minimum. Like, the goal is now to get 4th place minimum. So we'll see. And now I'm going to move over, because as I show these pictures and all the other analytics, the screen needs to adjust, so bear with me. But the reported fee right now is 75 million euros, paid in 4 installments by Juventus. So you got to think, what's 72 divided by 4 is, quick math, 18 million a season pretty much. And then the bonuses are included in the 75 mil. So again, great transfer, great from the upper man, great from Arrivabene, great from Cherubini, great from Agnelli, all the way around. And we need him to start scoring it immediately. Like, February 6th, Hellas Verona, we need him to perform immediately. And he'll probably join. The announcement will probably be made sometime at the end of this week. He'll have a whole week to train with the squad. Due to the international break, and get acclimated with the team. I know it's still not a lot, and you're still going to need some time to actually perform and get used to the Allegri tactic. But we'll see what happens, but we need instant action from instant goals. So, without further ado, we'll move on to our analytics side of Dusan Vlahovic, and all these numbers are going to be coming from Football Reference, so we need to shout them out because I use that website a lot. And you see a lot of green except for average shot distance, which he's a striker, he's a poacher, or not just a poacher, but he's a number 9. So the 15.5 yards to yard distance average for his average shot doesn't matter, does not matter. But this goals, expected goals, he's plus 24 or 0.24, and the non-penalty expected goals is plus or 0.21. Look where he rates in that percentile. 99 percentile. That means he is cream of the crop, top upper echelon. Same with the 98 percentile. And then the goals, obviously, you see per 90, he's at 0.79 goals per 90 minutes, 94 percentile. You were getting a pure goal scorer. And what I want to stress about the goal scoring, the type of goals he scores any type of goals. He scores headers, right foot, left foot, in the box, outside the box, curling around defenders, curling inside the post, finishing outside the box, bottom right corner across his body. Any kind of volleys, any chip shot, rounding the keeper. I'm going to keep going. Any type of goal you can think of, he's going to score. That's how good he is. Is he the best striker in the world? No. But he has qualities that allow him to be successful anywhere around the 20 yards and 20 yards to goal. So take a look at the numbers here on my right, on the right hand side of your screen here. They're very nice to look at. Lots of greens. Expected goals 0.55 per 90, 82 percentile. So that means he's exceeding the expected goals, which is very nice. Look at that, 0.79 actual goals per 90, and he's expected 0.55 per 90. Very nice to see. He's exceeding his expected goals. That means he can make or score goals out of nothing. Even if it's a half chance, he has a better chance of scoring. Let's take a look at those, and we'll move on. This one's a little bit bigger, I think. Yeah. Okay, so now I took the shooting stats to the next level. I've never done this on a coach's corner before. I've grouped in the most elite strikers in the world, and I put obviously Morata in because he's our current number 9. Just look at the contrast between these things. Look at the contrast. You see 4.6 expected goals compared to Dusan's 12.7. Harry Kane's the lowest on the scale. That's not Morata, and then you can see the numbers in contrast. Obviously, you see Lewandowski near 20. Crazy. Bayern Munich just creates chances for that guy. But what we're really wanting to focus on is the goals minus expected goals plus non-penalty goals minus expected goals. And he's on par in the non-penalty region with Erling Haaland. And now Vlahovic is gonna be compared to Haaland throughout most of his career. And that's normal because they're both young, they're both very, very good strikers. As their careers progress, we're always going to be measuring them against each other for the duration of their careers. And again, is Vlahovic as good as Haaland? As of right now, absolutely not. Like, let's not kid ourselves here. But his performance on the field and his analytics are mirroring some of his, as you can see here on the bottom right or the right side of the column. So again, Benzema, excellent player. And as we all know, Harry Kane's massively underperforming, and Morata shockingly has those numbers. I couldn't believe it when I first saw, but still not good enough. Still not in the Vlahovic, Lewandowski, Haaland, and Benzema range. So again, we're getting a massive upgrade here, and we'll move on to an actual visual of these stats getting into action here. So, as I said, we know Vlahovic can score many goals, and we're trying to express to you that he can score all sorts of goals. So, in this particular clip, look how high he's raised. Look how much he has to bend his back, and he's reaching for the ball on a header. even in this sort of position, he's scoring a goal. The ball's like in the air and it's traveling into the far left corner. You can't really see it, but it's near the 1x bet sign. It's and where the goal line is. So it is there, and it's traveling into the far left corner. The amount of power you have to generate from your neck to just guide the ball into the corner there, that's an excellent goal. That's a Ronaldo-esque header. I'm not, again, not trying to compare Ronaldo to Vlahovic, but Dusan Vlahovic has the ability to score any type of goal, and I'm going to keep saying that throughout this whole video. But I'm going to give you real answers and real proof that he can do this. You see why his non-penalty expected goals. He's massively outplaying his goal tally or his expected goals. You can see why. He scores goals out of nowhere, and Juventus desperately needs that right now. They desperately need a goal scorer. So we'll move on to passing. A lot of red, and that's okay because he's not a center midfielder. He's not trying to go get the ball. He's not trying to go facilitate the ball. His job is to hold up the ball, get into opportunities where he can score goals. That's his job. So again, and we're gonna bring up the rest of the passing stats, but the thing you want to keep your eye on is the actual passing percent, and it's not great, but it's okay for a center forward because you're trying stuff. You're in a spot where you don't have to be 100%. You don't have to be 90%. You're more than likely going to lose the ball sometimes, but his passing in general is 68%. Okay, you can live with that. Doesn't mean he's not good in build-up play. He's still very good, and I have proof of that as well, coming shortly in pictures. But you can see his short passing, it's 75%. It's good. His medium range passing, 66%, fine. Long range passing is actually not bad, especially for a center forward. So I'm not going to say he keeps the ball well because again it's still loose passes. He's still losing a quarter of the balls he plays. So he cut him some slack, but again, this is not making him not be able to keep up with the play. Or like if he was on Man City, I don't know, could he fit in that style? But with us, it's going to be easy. We don't play tiki taka. He'll fit in Allegri's style really well. So, and you can tell he doesn't touch the ball many times in a game. As you can see, passes complete. He's got 13 per game. He's attempting 20 or 19. Sorry. So here we go. We'll go into the next passing stats. You got some green down there. So this reminds me a little bit of Higuain with the switches. He averages 0.7 switches per 90, which I remember Higuain, he would hold the ball up and just automatically get the ball from one side and swing it to the other side, and he would always look to do that. And I don't know if that's an Allegri thing or if that's an Higuain thing, but if that was an Allegri thing, look for Vlahovic to do the same. Again, progressive passes, 1 per game, not a lot for a forward, but this guy's a goal scorer. And there's nothing else to it. There's no rocket science to it. He's just a pure goal scorer. He'll contribute the odd assist or so, but this guy scored 20 plus goals. And then we'll go on to more passing stats. There's a lot of passing stats, not many shooting stats for whatever reason, but so we continue on with more stats. He's got 1 pass intercepted per game. Again, he's a forward. He's going to be around a lot of defenders, so don't take too much in. Take this with a grain of salt, these stats on the side here. And we'll move on again to a picture depicting his passing range. So he's picked up the ball here near halfway, and the ball's bounced up on him a bit, and he sidewinds a ball perfectly, grass cutter, into the path of number 22. Is that Sotil? Maybe Sotil. I don't know. I don't remember. But he makes a perfectly weighted ball in front of him in the space for 22 to run onto. And that technique is very, very difficult. If you've played the game, you know that it's a very difficult technique to get over top of the ball and make it stay on the ground and skid on the ground as a grass cutter. That's an extremely difficult technique to master, and this guy's top of the line with technique. He's top of the line. You can see it, even if a pass. So this would be one of those things where he took the ball from one side, he swung it to the other side. That's a switch. Technique is great. Medium range ball, probably longer range. He's got it. He's got it in the toolkit. And now we'll move on from that pretty pass to goal and shot creations. So again, there's a lot of analytical jargon, like a lot of talk, a lot of numbers, but basically, he scores goals, and he gets shots on net, and that's all you got to read into this. Is he going to change the way we play? No, he's not going to change the way we play. Is he going to get more opportunities for the team? Absolutely. He's gonna make stuff happen around the box, where Morata might have passed the ball. Vlahovic is greedier, but in a good sense. So again, the goal creating actions, he's not necessarily setting people up, but he has the ability to, and again, he's scoring goals. And you can see a phenomenal goal against Napoli. I can't remember if it was this year or last year. He picks the ball up top right hand side of the box, and he whips it in far post with his left foot, curled in beautifully. It's just he can manufacture a goal out of nothing. This is what I'm trying to say. He's 1 against 3 there, cuts in on his left, perfect as you like, hits the inside of the post. Goal for Fiorentina, goal for Vlahovic, and I'm looking forward to him doing that against Napoli in black and white colors. Because Morata, again, can he do that? Probably not. Can any of our center forwards currently do that? Probably not. This guy's a different beast. Now we go to the defensive phase, because that is still kind of important, especially for an Allegri coach team. And again, you're going to see lots of red. It's a striker. Like, let's get serious here. So we're going to get into comparables with Morata and the other top strikers in the world, because pressures are something that Allegri likes from the center forward. And at the end of the day, we thought that Morata was going to be this guy whose stats would be so inflated because he was always pressing and he was always doing well in pressing by himself. However, when we look at it further, it turns out Morata did a lot of useless running. And I'll show you why in a second. So again, there's more stuff there. Where is it? I think it's going to be here. Oops. No. Sorry, I'm messing up here. There's the one. So, defensive actions. Look at the percentage that Morata and Vlahovic have. It's almost the exact same, but we thought Morata was so much better at pressing because he ran a lot. It's not. That's not the case at all. Look at the attacking. Look how much he did in the middle third, or in the neutral third, and the defensive third. 28 times already he's pressured other opponents. That, like, Dusan Vlahovic will not do that to the extent, but the success rate will still be the same, or at least 0.5% lower in terms of these analytics. So when we thought, but Vlahovic isn't going to do the dirty work, blah blah blah, he'll do the dirty work. Not to the same extent as Morata, but at the same rate, which I will 100% take. I was shocked at these numbers. I was shocked at Lewandowski's numbers, to be honest. But again, Bayern Munich's a machine, so they move. Going back, and now we're going to move back into the possessions. Again, we will, a lot of red, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. He's not going to do 17 step overs and beat his man. He's going to take a touch, pass, and give himself half a yard to shoot the ball, and he's going to score. Great. I don't need 17 step overs. And now we will move on to, where was I here? Oops. This is part of his build-up play. And I remember we had the passing rates and all the analytics up there. But again, I mentioned that he's very good at hold-up play. He's very good at linking up play. You can see here, 33, I believe. 33 has essentially done a 1-2 with Vlahovic. Vlahovic is playing back to goal. And he lays it off perfectly into the space of 33, and then the Fiorentina goes forward. And I think that his build-up play and his link-up play is very, very good for a center forward. His touches are neat. He's very technical around the box, and I think he's the perfect player for Allegri. He's got neat touches, and it's all gonna connect, especially with him and Dybala. So we see the GCA again continued, goal creative actions. And Dusan Vlahovic is third on the list, again, with Haaland, Benzema, Lewandowski, Morata, and Kane. And you can see that Harry Kane's having a stinker of a year. But Vlahovic, 0.53 per 90 minutes, very good. Very good. And he stacks up with the best. This picture is just depicting, again, this is the poacher in Vlahovic. So he started his run at the top of the 18-yard box. He swung in underneath the penalty spot and cut in front of his defender, 45, 43, whatever, who cares. He gets in front of that defender and he puts the ball in first time, no mistake. We don't have anybody that does this. We have nobody that makes runs into the box. We have nobody that times the run into the box where they can meet a pinpoint cross, even on the ground. We don't currently employ that guy. But he's coming. He's right here. He's right in front of our eyes. It's Dusan Vlahovic. Then we have more miscellaneous stats. He's very good at drawing fouls. Big man, big strong body. He's going to get a lot of attention from the center backs, getting worked around by the center backs. So get some reprieve with free kicks. Aerials 1-3 per 90 minutes. Very good. Again, that's balls coming from goal kicks from our defenders just pinging out of pressure. So he's going to win 3 of those per game. Excellent. Now we'll go to pick 6. That's more of his hold-up play. He's fighting off two defenders there. Keeps the ball, and he actually flicks the ball around the guy standing up. And he goes the other way. It shows strength, technique, ability, just all that stuff that you want in a center forward. He's a prima punta for a reason, and he's going to win us so many points. So, at the end of the day, yes, 75 million is 75 million, and that is a lot of money to put into a player. But if you look at our recent history, when we have spent the dough, you look at we'll go as far back. We'll go back as Higuain. Higuain, 90 million release clause. Did it work? Absolutely. Did it work out? Yes. At the end of the deal, did it work out? No. Now, is that due to squad composition and his ability declining? A little bit of both. But he was later on in his career when he came to Juventus. We're paying 75 mil for a 21-year-old, and again, there's a chance he might not continue his goal scoring pace here. There's a chance, but all signs lead him to continue his path. Maybe not quite reach 30 goals, Serie A goals a season, but 20 to 25, perfect. Getting others involved, unlocking Dybala to score more and be more free because there's a focal point in Vlahovic, great. You did your job. When Chiesa eventually comes back, another creative outlet to give Vlahovic more opportunities to score, great. The numbers will come. Give him time, and be excited, Juventini. Be excited because he's a borderline star. Or he's a borderline superstar already. He's definitely a star player, and I'm excited because now we actually have a focal point to scare other teams. Firstly, who's going to do a job and will hopefully get us in the top 4 this season, and maybe hopefully advances more in the Champions League. So with that, that's all I have for analytics and all that boring stuff. And expect an announcement sometime by the end of the week of his official signature and all that stuff. The video from the Juventus main accounts upon his arrival. And again, if Morata does leave, then you can expect him to be the number 9. And if Morata stays for whatever reason, expect him to be number 7. That'd be cool. So with that, my name's Julian Giannotti. This was Coach's Corner on Dusan Vlahovic, the Serbian sniper, and he's coming. Like, let's just not put it. He's coming, and hopefully he saves our season. So with that, I'll see you tonight on the live, guys. Ciao, everybody, and have a good night. Forza Juventus.